In the past, we've actually had a chute. We tie a plastic bag, duct tape it around there, and then we'll run it into a 35-gallon trash can, and we'll just have it tipped on an angle. We'll put a block out here, and we'll just tip it, and it'll sit there. And when you're doing a couple hundred birds, it'll fill that up twice in a day. And so that's the main thing. Cody, go ahead and start. We'll sort of walk through how you...
And walk us through what you're doing. That'd be
and
great.
the procedure. He'll start probably taking the feet off first.
Is it okay if we...
Do you guys want to...
Come on in.
Come on in.
Do you want to tell them and all?
Go ahead.
Cut? Okay,
Go ahead.
here we go.
And like I said, everybody does it different. You'll watch a video and they'll show it different. Cody does it different than I do. So he's going to go his way and then I'll show you.
All right. So what I do first, I pull the leg back a little bit so you can feel the joint actually right there. Then you can just run your knife right along there and just cut through. Just take your feet off. Like that. What I like to do is I'll take the head and right on that lip there, just push down and rip the head off.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that way you can come back. I pinch here right below this bone and the end of the breast, and to give a little bit of skin.
No.
And this one is really dull. There we go. Make a little incision so you can get your finger, and then I'll hold right above the anus and cut down and around. You got to be careful though, because right inside, right here, is the end of the intestine. You don't want to pop that because then you'll just have a big old mess. I like to cut down both sides. That way you're not cutting through the back. So right there, you can see you've got the back of the intestine, all that. And then you can just take your finger. You'll feel right inside there is a little membrane that sort of holds all of the intestines and all that. You can pull it apart, and then as many fingers as you can get in, go up, and you can feel right to the bottom of the heart and the top of the liver right there. Do not want to pop the gallbladder. If you do that, you gotta. If it's outside the bird, it's fine. But if it's inside the bird, it really gets to where you don't really want to use the carcass anymore, because that's all the bile and stuff that's been inside. And
basically, you can condemn the bird for food use only.
So what I do is I'll take it, a couple fingers, and pull out. So you have all your intestines, the gallbladder, some of the liver, like that.
Is that very easy to pop at all, or is it going to be like a fingernail that gets it?
It
or
depends on the bird. I've seen some where you can just pull them out and it's extremely hard to pop it. Others, I'll reach my fingers in and it'll just be everywhere. So you want to be careful on how you do it. I like to go around and scoop around the top of that membrane, just so I have a membrane between my fingers and the organ itself. Then you can go in, you'll feel, can't really show, but you can feel the heart in there. You go ahead and take that out. And
There's
so
a diaphragm in there, just like a thoracic cavity on any.
So if you guys can see there,
in the heart,
you've got
lungs.
just a little bit of the liver left. Then the lungs here, which you'll use the scraper for, are tucked up in the top of the cavity itself. So what you do, or I like to do, is, do you guys want to see real quick? Before here, come on.
I'm sure this will be my job and you'll be outside.
So the lungs are right behind this membrane here, so I can remove that, and you can actually see the pink tissue there is the lung. So you can start at the top and sort of scrape down and out, and you should be able to pull out one lung just like that. Other side. You'll have the second lung. There's the liver there.
Do you have to do anything to the liver to make it usable? Other than when you take the membrane off?
So, right there, you can see the lungs come out in there. It makes it real clean in the top part up here. Then you'll have little pockets of different type of tissues and so on. So what we'll do is we'll sort of give it a scrape, get it pretty well cleaned out. That way everybody inside's job's a little bit easier. So we'll get that.
You see in between each step that he goes through and he's got the contaminant on there, he'll take that hose and he'll clean it. Flies become an issue, meat bees become an issue. So that's the thing about time of day and all the different things that you're doing. So, but keep that your work area, just like you were saying before. Every step you can keep your work area clean, you're easier at the end of the day.
All right, so now that I've got the inside cleaned out, what I'll do is I'll come back up, set it up. I usually keep the tail on so it sort of props it up, but I'll pull the excess skin from the neck up, and right between the wings, cut in. There we go, and just sort of make an incision all the way up to the top, so you can see the neck. And then here, I'll find a vertebrae and just sort of work my knife right through. This one's a little more tough, especially with the knives today, dull knives, but you can just work it right through, and you'll have the neck come off. Right here is the esophagus still, and as you pull away, you can see the craw here that's attached to the skin. So I like to take it all the way just like this, and it should all lift out just like that. So now you have a clean cavity there, you got your clean cavity there. And so the last step, just take your knife and just take the tail off. So just like that. Depends on who you're butchering for, what, to leave skin a different length, whatever like that. So after you have butchered, what?
You can use the water to clean the cavity, or are you going to do that?
Oh, I was going to do it over here.
Okay.
Okay. So you take the bird, sort of clean it out.
And this is cold water?
Yes.
And these 3 sinks are for just what he's doing. You have a pink water, your red water, you have a pink water, and you have a clear water. And that bird will be clean, clear water before you take it from there, and you put it in the ice chest or your frozen tank.
So just like that.
That's just water in there.
Just water.
Yeah, just water. So I've cleaned it out. You can see a little bit of the particles and stuff. And then we'll let it sit in here to start its cooling process and like that.